Hey everybody, welcome back to All Sorts. This is Phil Billy. I'm Josh. Today I brought this guy something he's excited about. Me, not so much. It's going to be interesting, but he's geeked. Got some Walmart whiskey, but it's pretty old. This one's older than me. They're all older than me. But when were you born?
1980.
Oh yeah?
Born the year this bottle.
Okay. So it's super old, but it's Canadian Club, you know? So we're going to check it out.
Awesome.
And we know that it doesn't age anymore once it's in the bottle, but I've had this shit, you know, as cheap, you know, stuff, just stuff laying around people's houses. You get I'll take some, right? I think it's terrible, but, you know, this motherfucker's 47 years old. So
Yeah, 1975. These some old bottles. It's a privilege to get to try this.
yeah, even if it does suck.
It don't suck. But before we go, let me tell you, during Prohibition, Canadian Club was made up for about a third of all the alcohol that got drank. Because they pushed it right, they sold it to whoever, and smugglers would bring it across the border. So, I mean, that's part of American history, even though it's made in Canada. Not to mention, after Prohibition, in the late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, this shit was still sought after. Everybody drank Canadian Club. And the thing about Canadian Club today is they keep their prices cheap. You can buy a fifth of Canadian Club for like 12 bucks. And the thing I like the most about Canadian Club is every single bottle you get is going to taste exactly like every other single bottle. It's not like drinking Jack Daniels when you'll get one bottle that tastes better than the other and one bottle that tastes way worse. That's my experience with a lot of the American whiskeys, American bourbons, as far as the cheap ones go. But what is this, the 1980?
It's 1980. It's 80 proof.
80 proof and 80.
Doesn't smell like much of anything.
That's good. That's good. It's good whiskey, dude.
Yeah, this is, dude, there's no way. Okay. There's no way that this is the same shit you can buy now. There's no
It's
fucking
very
way.
similar. This is a little bit sweeter, but this is very similar. Everything they make has stayed the same throughout time.
The shit, it's probably been, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years, maybe more since I've had it. But when I had it, dude, that shit crawls up your spine. It's just, ew. But this is not that.
You let the thought haunt you before you taste it.
No, I'd never had
This
it before.
is so smooth. This is a little better, dude. I'm not. This is really good. As far as whiskey goes, there's not all that caramel, maple flavored shit you get in bourbon.
Well, you know what?
But this is a whiskey. This isn't a bourbon.
I did taste some type of, I don't know what malts or whatever the fuck grains they use to make it. You do get in this way after you swallow, and when you're feeling that little bit of a burn in your chest. I'm tasting like a malty something. I don't know what it is.
Really sweet.
It is.
The thing about it is they probably use that same barrel. They use the barrels over and over and over, but they produce, and it's blended. They produce a whiskey that tastes almost the same every time. Every bottle you get tastes. Now I don't know. You know, there might be a difference in the years, but as far as going down there to the damn drugstore or wherever you go, buying you a bottle of Canadian Club, I've never got an off bottle.
Well, here's
I used to drink it because I used to drink a lot more than I do now, believe it or not. So it gets expensive to drink like that. If you could drink a whole fifth and a half in one night, you can't afford to drink $50, $60 bottles. So I'd go get me a $12 bottle of Canadian Club. I'd tear the bottom out of it.
so something about.
For me, this is a true privilege. This is awesome.
It's way better than I thought it would be.
You want
sure.
to hang on to these motherfuckers now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'll put them on the shelf for display.
Well, I'll put them in that barrel and be like, hey, dude, you want to taste something sweet? Like, it's Canadian Club, but it's fucking older than me.
1980, that's the year I
All
was
three of
born.
these are older than me.
Now, they changed the proof in 1980. 1979, the proof was what?
86.8.
86.8.
Wipe my
So-
shit out so I don't proof it down to 80 myself.
There's 79, and here's 75. That'll do.
Dang, breaking these tax stamps, bro.
I know.
It's wild. It's weird.
It's wild that the U.S. didn't ever get mad at. I mean, it was mad at, but it's wild that they still let them import after Prohibition was over, because a third of all the whiskey drank during Prohibition was Canadian Club. That's good, brother.
It's darker, dude. Noticeably. Not a ton, but you can tell. This actually smells like something.
That's
Better?
it's even about the same, man. Sweet, delicious whiskey. That's awesome.
This one to me is different.
Just a tad. I mean, the quality is there. There's a reason why all the big wigs in the 70s and 80s drank this. I don't know why it went cheap. The bottles, which I respect him for that, because I like being able to buy a decent bottle for $12.
What, with the plastic?
No, man, they make glass bottles exactly like this.
They do?
$12.
Hmm.
They used to be cheaper than that.
I wonder how much these were back then.
I'd like to know that too.
This would be cool.
See this little thing on the bottle? That's cool too, ain't it?
What is it?
It's got a poop or not.
Huh.
I
Just
don't
a
know.
nub to move it along, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe to keep it
Bottle
off
line?
of other bottles if it was. Who knows? Super cool getting to drink liquor older than you. This liquor is a year older than I am.
This one's 10 years older than me.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's a young cat? It's one.
Plastic caps.
That one's a year older than my older sister. 75. She's born in 76.
To me, these are way different.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they're spot on, dude.
I think you get a way more flavor out
And-
of just
and
that
look.
6 proof.
It's 6 years old before 1980. It was barrel aged for 6 years. What's that one say on the back?
Same. They're all the same.
So in all
Just the only
reality,
difference is the proof.
this thing's, this
The moonshine is
was the liquor they made this whiskey out
this
of.
one would be 53 years old.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's try the champ. 75.
Let's see if there's any. I just want a little.
That's good, bro.
Probably pulled your tongue because I couldn't see.
I'm a little hungover from last night, so I'm just chilling tonight.
That smells different than that
It
one.
smells a little different, don't it?
Yeah. It smells a little smoother. Not when you stick your nose all the way in the shit, but
It's like drinking water. Yeah. It's like drinking sweet water. You can't even tell it's whiskey.
that's crazy to me.
It's like drinking sweet water, dude.
That's the smoothest one.
You could chug that whole bottle.
That's the smoothest one. It's
It is.
smoother than that 80 proof.
And
It's definitely the best one.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Damn, I thought this shit was gonna suck balls.
I told you, man. They're
It's
good
really
company,
good.
dude.
Well,
Nope.
I don't like the shit now.
That's
I
my
don't
drunken
like it.
go-to. I mean, sometimes you gotta give things a second try. Like
Man, I mean,
I tried that
you might
mixers
have
the other
to.
day, and I was getting neck pores, so I didn't like it as much. But now I like it a little better.
Oh yeah, anything.
Because neck pores, man, do it to you. If you let, and this shit's had, But yeah, man, I think you gotta give Canadian Club a second chance.
I might. Maybe I just wasn't as into the shit as I am today.
It's definitely a budget whiskey, and it's as American as apple pie, I think, because
Canadian is apple pie.
no, it's part of America, dude. It might be Canadian, made in Canada, but it's drank in America. And,
These are fucking awesome, actually.
yeah, that 75 is off the hook, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all great. I mean, I'll put them up here with this. I mean, they don't have the single barrel, brand new.
Dude, I don't give a fuck about that. The thing is,
Well, there's a difference between bourbon and whiskey. There's a big difference.
yeah,
There's that caramel and maple and
yeah, these have a lot less, I'd say flavor in general.
yeah, it's like drinking sugar water.
Yeah.
It's good.
But there's still a flavor there. It's just less complex. But I think, man, that makes it pretty smooth.
Yeah,
and
dude.
it's not a crazy high proof, so you could drink as much of it really as you wanted.
If you're gonna have a little sip, you drink the expensive shit.
Yeah.
If you're gonna drink a whole fifth, Canadian Club all day.
Well, I'm not gonna do.
You're gonna
that
make
at
mixed
all,
drinks, Canadian Club. Make whiskey sours, things like that. It's something like Canadian Club. And I respect this company just because this is one of the whiskeys I used to drink when I was super hitting it hard. And, some weeks you don't make as much as the other. And you're like, man, I need a bottle of whiskey. And I'm not paying $40. If you're drinking a bottle of whiskey every other day or every day, that's my go-to. That's all. It's not that I'm telling you this is the best whiskey in the world, because there's other whiskeys that cost $200 a bottle. However, it's part of America.
For $12, you can't fucking.
During Prohibition, they was here for us. After Prohibition, they was here for us. And they're here for us now. If you got $11, $12, you want to get drunk, you want to drink a whole fifth of whiskey, there you go.
Yep. Anything else?
That's all I got. I'm going to steal some of this from you. I'm just kidding. Put this in my pocket, son.
All right, dude. Well, I'm glad you liked it. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Bye-bye!
Jeez.